So if you're in a position in life right now where you feel like you don't know your self-worth, you don't know your place, you often find yourself confused about what you're meant to do, I'm here to remind you just how intentional God is over all of our lives before you even take your first breath on earth.
Lives were miserable. The Egyptians were cruel to the people of Israel and forced them to make bricks and to mix mortar and to work in the fields. The king of Egypt, fearing the growing population of Israelites, orders Hebrew midwives to kill all male infants at birth. However, the midwives, fearing God, disobey the king's command and let the boys live. When questioned by the king about their actions, the midwives claim that Hebrew women give birth before they can arrive. As a result, God blesses the midwives for their faithfulness, and the Israelite population continues to increase. A man from the Levi tribe married a woman from the same tribe, and she later had a baby boy. He was a beautiful child, and she kept him inside for 3 months. But when she could no longer keep him hidden, she made a basket out of reeds and covered it with tar. She put him in the basket and placed it in the tall grass along the edge of the Nile River. The baby's older sister stood off at a distance to see what would happen to him. About that time, one of the king's daughters came down to take a bath in the river, while her servant women walked along the riverbank. She saw the basket in the tall grass and sent one of them to pull it out of the water. When the king's daughter opened the basket, she saw the baby crying and felt sorry for him. She said, "This must be one of the Hebrew babies." At once, the baby's older sister came up and asked, "Do you want me to get a Hebrew woman to take care of the baby for you?" "Yes," the king's daughter answered. So the girl brought the baby's mother, and the king's daughter told her, "Take care of this child and I will pay you." The baby's mother carried him home and took care of him. And when he was old enough, she took him to the king's daughter, who adopted him. She named him Moses because she said, "I pulled him out of the water." After Moses...
Now, if that in itself does not remind you how intentional and merciful and loving the God that we serve is, Moses' mother had to give up her newborn baby, and she was so desperate to preserve his life that she just took a chance, put him in a basket, let him float down the Nile River. Now, I don't know if you all know about the Nile River, but it is one of the most dangerous rivers in the entire world. I will post a video just to give you a visual of where this baby was floating down.
But crocodiles in Africa, the Nile crocodiles that we're talking about, my friend Jim Shockey, he's a professional hunter. They sent him to Africa to kill these crocodiles because they were killing so many villagers.
Damn.
I mean, those things are
they show
giant.
those things that are walking across golf courses and stuff.
No,
like,
these are way scarier because crocodiles will eat you. Alligators will leave you the fuck alone for the most part. They could eat you. They might eat you if you're swimming.
Right.
But crocodiles will go after you. Like, they eat people. Wow. They get 20 feet long and they eat fucking zebras.
So yeah, I hope that puts into context exactly what kind of environment that this newborn baby was floating down. Not only did he manage to survive this dangerous river flotation device, but he happened to be found by the Pharaoh's daughter herself. Mind-blowing. He could have been found by anyone, let alone even make it to be found in the environment that he was in. But he was found by the Pharaoh's daughter, and not only that, his mother went from thinking that she was going to lose her son to being paid to take care of her own son. The story of Moses is an amazing story. I urge anyone, if you haven't, read the Bible before, Exodus is a great place to start. Learning about the story of Moses is a wonderful place to start. But I'm saying all this to say that as you continue to learn Moses' story and how it progresses, it's just amazing, and it gives me hope and faith to remember that our lives have a purpose and a calling over it before we even take our first breath, and that God will never allow anything to stop us from reaching that purpose. As long as we keep our eyes and our hearts set on Him, He will always protect us, no matter how difficult, how dark, how confusing things seem. He will always guide us, protect us, and give us direction.